Consider this automaton starting at Q0. I read a symbol A, then move to a state Q1. If you just look at this automaton, and this is the start state, and as of now there are no final states, and which means the language accepted by this automaton is empty. Supposing you say this one is the final state, then the language accepted by this automaton is just the symbol A. Now from this I read a B. So let me go to Q2, and let's assume there is a loop at Q2 on these two symbols A and B. Now if you ask what is the language accepted by this automaton, the language accepted by this automaton is still A, because starting from this, although you can reach Q2, but this is not a final state, so it cannot accept AB, and although there is a loop at Q2 on A comma B, and you can read any number of A's and B's, but it will not be accepted by the machine because this is not a final state. So that's what we were discussing, that when will the set accepted by the automaton or the language accepted by the automaton is an infinite set. Now we were observing that there should be a loop containing at least one final state. Now if you look at this, there is a loop. However, this loop is nowhere related to this final state, meaning there is no cycle or a loop containing one of the final states. So this is one. Let's look at this example, Q0 and A, B plus this. So from this I go to a state. Let me call this one as Q1, Q2, Q3. Then I come back like this. Suppose I read A like this. So now you see that there is a cycle containing the final state. So machine accepts AB, then machine accepts AB, then AB, or machine accepts AB followed by A, B, again AB. Okay, so like this one can go around this any number of times, so you keep getting AB, AB, AB and so on. Because there is a cycle or a loop containing one of the final states, the language accepted by this automaton is infinite in nature. L of M is infinite in nature. So just having a cycle or a loop is not enough. We should have a cycle or a loop which has at least one final state in it. For example, look at this, Q0, on reading A, go to Q1, then read B, go to Q2, then read C, go to Q3, then on reading A, I come back here. Let's assume this is our final state. There are some more transitions, meaning from this I should draw what happens when it reads a B here, if it reads a A or C here and all that, and just drawing a few things which are necessary for our discussion. Now you see that it accepts ABC, it also accepts ABC, A, again ABC. then ABC, A, ABC, A, ABC. So you can go around this circle many a time. So you get to see that the language accepted by this automaton is infinite in nature. So you have to pay attention to how the cycles are formed, then whether the cycle formed has at least one final state in it. If so, you can conclude L of M as infinite. Okay, so there are a couple of other things to note. One is L of M is infinite if there exists a loop containing final state or final states. So that is one. And set is infinite, which means sum of the strings accepted by the automaton is also infinite. For example, you can go over this circle many times. I can say AB, 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 AB infinite times. So since L of M is infinite, sum of the strings accepted by the automaton is also infinite. So some strings accepted by finite automaton is infinite if L of M is infinite. Okay, because you have a loop, you can go around this loop multiple times. Okay. The other remark is the following. We look at machines wherein on reading an input, we go to a state and then we may read an input, go to another state and so on. Now suppose the input is A and you ask this question delta of Q naught comma A. We write this one as Q1, but this can be interpreted like this. A can be interpreted as epsilon A or A epsilon. Not just that, it can also be seen as empty string many a times followed by A, or A followed by empty string many times. Okay. And it can also be seen as something like epsilon many a times, then A, then epsilon many a times. So now you may ask, so this can be interpreted like this. Is this interpretation taken into account as part of the definition? Or are we saying when we say it is A, it is just A, one cannot bring empty string into the picture? Okay. Yes, you can bring this interpretation. So now delta of Q naught comma A, if you see it as epsilon A, then this is rewritten as delta of Q naught comma epsilon. Now this becomes a string, so it is appropriate to use delta cap. So what we do, first we read epsilon, we get output, meaning we get a state, and then to that you operate A, so you get this. So as part of our design, if you look at this automaton and assuming the input alphabet is A comma B, assuming the input alphabet is A comma B, and you get to see a symbol which is not in sigma, meaning input symbol is epsilon, then this is our definition. We say that delta of q comma epsilon is q itself for all q belonging to q. So what this says is, if you read a empty string, you continue to stay at the same state. There is no transition explicitly to some other state on reading epsilon. So it says delta of q comma epsilon is q for all q belonging to this. So which means this is equivalent to writing delta of q comma a. Subsequently you write whatever. If it is some state q prime, you write q prime. Okay. But if the automaton itself allows, for example, finite automaton with epsilon moves, okay, which we will be discussing in detail. For example, at q0 on reading epsilon, we go to q1. On reading a, we go to q2. Say something like this. Then for this, when we talk about delta of q0 comma epsilon, we write two things. One, you can stay at q0. You can see it in two ways, right? And because of this definition, you say that q0 comma epsilon is q itself, in this case q0, but this automaton is explicit move on epsilon, so that should also be listed. So we say delta of q0 comma epsilon is q0 comma q1. This q0 we write because by definition q comma epsilon is q for all q, and this q1 we write because the automaton itself says on reading epsilon you can also move move to q1. And without epsilon explicitly mentioned as part of the automaton, we say we continue to stay in the same state. Now that it is being mentioned explicitly, ensure that the state in which it is being operated on and the set of all states which you can reach on epsilon, all that you should list here. Okay, so that's something you should remember. So what we have seen so far is a finite state mission accepting a specific pattern, meaning set of all strings ending with 1, and then we looked at a non-deterministic mission, for that a deterministic mission, and then we asked, can we design more than one mission for the same language? Answer was yes. We could design two different DFAs. Then we started asking, how do we compare two different deterministic finite automaton? So we introduced one metric called the number of states, and then we could design a mission having 2 states, another mission having 3 states, and then we talked about how do we bring non-determinism into the design, and subsequently we looked at a couple of remarks about finite state mission. When do you say language accepted by the mission is empty set, language accepted by the mission is empty string, and when do you say language accepted by the mission is finite, infinite, and when you say it is infinite, there is a cycle in the automaton. Not just that, there is a cycle containing one of the finite states. And this also tells you that there are strings which is of infinite nature accepted by the automaton. So what we will do, let's look at couple of more case studies and bring out some more insights into the design of finite automaton, and with that we look at other ways of representing finite automaton, and all that will teach us more about this machine and its computing power. Let's explore.